And we are now joined by Dr. Kinraj Jangid, West Asia expert from O.P. Jindal Global University. Welcome, Dr. Jangid, to DD India. The Israeli Security Cabinet has adopted 5 principles for concluding the war in Gaza. Theoretically, do you see these principles, if they are followed, bringing about durable peace in the region?
Thank you. Well, there is nothing new to these 5 principles. After October 7, 2023, these were precisely the principles that were, Israel's military objectives in Gaza. Sadly, Israel has failed in achieving all of them. There's only one English language correction, which is very interesting to notice, that Netanyahu calls it Hamas disarmed. Remember, for a very long time, most of the Israeli leaders, everybody who spoke about Hamas said we would eliminate Hamas. I think there is a greater realization among the Israeli hawkish as well as the centrist leaders that Hamas cannot be eliminated. So I think there's a bit of a self-realization, which I find it worthy of some kind of a course correction. But when it comes to really the failure and the military failures of the Israeli army in Gaza, none of these principles will really turn the fortunes for the Israeli army now.
Okay, that's interesting what you've noticed here. Now, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has said that Israel has no choice but to complete the job and defeat Hamas, given its refusal to lay down arms. Why is Hamas refusing to lay down arms, and how tough a job will it be for Israel to complete the job and defeat Hamas?
I'm coming to Hamas's strategy here, but Israel not having a choice is a very precarious sentence. A country always has a choice. In international relations, yes, there are situations when a war can be called a war of no choice. What Israel did on 8th of October 2023 could be a war of no choice, but what Israel does now in Gaza is certainly a war of choice. Coming to Hamas, Hamas is really holding, it really surprises me the amount of resilience and the amount of stamina and the strength Hamas could retain in almost 2 years of massive war in Gaza. People don't have enough to eat, and yet Hamas really runs a full scale hostage situation under the tunnels. So Hamas really got something very, strategically going well for itself. When it comes to the political shrewdness, Hamas plays it very well. So the fact that Israel has lost much of international legitimacy among the people, even if the governments are in favor of the Israeli state, including the Indian government, the public opinion has really gone against Israel. So Israel has lost a good amount of its image in the world, and that's a good gain for Hamas. Second, whatever is happening inside the line, Gaza, the Palestinian issue is really getting a refreshing political attention and support. So yes, upcoming conference in September, which is certainly driven by moderate Saudi leadership and the other European leaders who are very critical of Israel, and they wish no benefit to Hamas, but their decision to really recognize Palestine, which I do think is important for them to do. But the unfortunate consequence, one of them would be that this recognition is going to really reboost Hamas's claim that we put the Palestinian issue back on 7th of October, and that's a great victory for what we did.
Okay, so if, the statehood recognition for Palestine does happen in September, will it change the situation in Gaza and West Asia? What is your view?
Well, that's the funniest thing about the world. It wouldn't. It wouldn't change the situation and the fortunes of the Palestinian people in Gaza or in the West Bank. However, it would mean a great amount of political and a moral victory for the Palestinian issue. So yes, it would be, as we say in Hindi, kagazi, just on paper, but that symbolism will really give hope to the Palestinian national movement, which has really been sadly thrown into the hands of extremists and jihadists and Islamists of Hamas, and very incompetent and corrupt leadership of Mahmoud Abbas. So maybe an international recognition will really salvage Palestinian issue. Otherwise, it is going nowhere.
Okay. Australia says that it has received assurances from the Palestinian Authority that there will be no role for the terrorists of Hamas in any future Palestinian state. How credible is this assurance?
Palestinian Authority has no credibility. Mahmoud Abbas is ruling Palestinian people by decree for more than a decade and a half. The whole Palestinian issue has become extremely, in a way, complicated from within, meaning authority doesn't have a control and credibility. There are all kind of small armed groups that are working from different pockets in West Bank under the influence of Hamas. And in Gaza, Hamas seems to have, let's say, single-handed control. So I don't think anybody on behalf of the Palestinian people can claim to guarantee anything. However, the only possible credibility that can come in is a regional alliance led by the Arab leaders on behalf of the Palestinian people, and involving completely new set of Palestinian people from the different layers of the society than the existing PA, because the PA system is extremely discredited and not reliable system even for the Palestinians.
In the days ahead, Dr. Jangid, do you see the humanitarian crisis in Gaza abating or increasing greatly in severity?
It will increase. To our misfortune, this will be the sad reality. Winters are coming, and Mediterranean winters are very rainy and extremely cold. So that will worsen the situation for the people in Gaza. Israel will not be able to act responsibly because the extremist element in the Israeli government have monopolized the aid as a tactic to show to the people in their constituencies that, look, we are not leaving anybody unpunished in Gaza. So it's a very sad situation. And to make matters worse, the only country that can really bring any change is the United States. But Donald Trump and his personal interest do not align with the interest of the people in Gaza and West Bank. So if the world will really be united and act for the people of Gaza, then we might not be watching some of the worst human tragedies. But to me, it seems like the fate of our times.
Sad indeed. Thank you very much, Dr. Jangid, for explaining to us where the Israel-Hamas conflict is headed. One hopes for peace, but peace seems elusive for now. Thank you very much for being with us on DD India News Hour.